my name is Nikki Novoselsky, and I am a traveling digital nomad who travels pretty slowly from place to place, but I am giving you all the travel tips and guides. Today, I am reporting live from my apartment in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. Puerto Escondido is blowing up in popularity, so much so that it's almost like this area can't keep up with the crazy high demand. Supply and demand, y'all. I'm not an econ major, but I do know that there's very little supply here and the demand is huge. So lots of building is being done here. There's a lot of construction wherever you go. And to be completely honest, honesty hour with Nikki, when I first arrived here, I was quite disappointed. Why? Because there's so much hype on Instagram, on all of the social medias about how Puerto Escondido is one of the top digital nomad places to go. It's so up and coming. But when I got here, I was like, are you sure? So we're gonna dive into all things Puerto Escondido. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, so why was I disappointed when I got here? Obviously, there's so much hype about Puerto Escondido that I was expecting to just feel butterflies and magic and rainbows and all of the things. And this is a very special place, but I've been in Bali, I've been in Thailand, and those are incredible places to be a digital nomad as well. And so when I got here, it just felt a little bit harder to settle in. Why? Because this place, Puerto Escondido, is really magical and it's not as super built up for digital nomads yet, which is actually quite part of the charm, that it is still super local. So when I first arrived, the Wi-Fi wasn't great, there wasn't a lot of air conditioning, and it is hot. So I was sweating all the time, not great Wi-Fi. The prices were a little bit high for what you were getting. So I was just kind of like, do I want to stay here? But I found a great place. There's some co-livings here that are great to stay at. I found a nice apartment for about 15,000 pesos a month, which comes out to be like 750 or something US dollars, but it's got a pool, it's got air conditioning, it's got my own kitchen. It's super nice, super lovely. I really am enjoying my time here. But again, yeah, it can be pricey compared to things that you can get in Thailand and in Bali. Additionally, the Wi-Fi. Let's talk about the internet. That is something that is so talked about around digital nomads. Now, Puerto Escondido has Starlink Wi-Fi, which is actually really good for hosting calls. You don't really notice tons and tons of drops. However, you have to be really careful when you're staying at different accommodations if they have Starlink. If they do, you're typically in the clear. If they don't, you might not be getting the greatest Wi-Fi. So you just have to be cognizant of that. But more and more places are getting Starlink. So it's in your favor it is becoming more of a digital nomad spot. More and more places are knowing that they need Starlink, and so they're getting it. Lots of cafes have Starlink as well. I love going to there's a place called Sabina that I love going to where it has great Wi-Fi and some great meals. There's another place called Amarisa that you can go to for the cafe if you don't need a private room for calls. Lots of great places to go to work if you're not needing that private space. Since I host a lot of private calls, I like having my own space in my own room to host them. Okay, so that's the Wi-Fi situation. Let's talk about the other reasons why people come here. Surfing. Surfing. This is my surfing. I'm not a surfer, but I'm trying to be a surfer girl. And I'm learning how to surf. There is a beginner beach called Playa Carrizalillo, which is in the north, and you can go there. I'm learning how to surf there, and it's quite nice. You have to take a lot of stairs down. I'm renting a board, so I take the board all the way down with me. I'm surfing at that beach. It's a great beach to swim in, a great place to learn. I'm getting some lessons. And a lot of times there's a lot of people in the water, which I always get nervous that I'm gonna hit someone, but there's a lot more people in the Punta, which is a little bit more south, and you can learn there. There's surfing lessons, but the surfing lessons are like 800 pesos. So they give you a board for an hour. I think that's like $40 US dollars an hour. So if you're wanting to do that, you can. I have a friend who's just taking me out and teaching me how to surf. but it is a great surfing spot. So there's La Punta, there's Playa Carrizalillo, and there's some other spots down the coast here that you can go to. So if you're looking to surf, Puerto Escondido is a good spot for it, although it is a little bit crowded and a little bit touristy. Keep that in mind. La Punta is an amazing area with a lot going on at night, great sunsets to take a look at on that beach all the way up to Zicatela. To my surprise, closes around 11, and then all of the nightlife happens in Zicatela. So there's tons of reggaeton bars, there's tons of EDM bars, so the party doesn't stop if you're wanting that nightlife. But if you're also wanting a quiet night in, like me, La Punta gets to be really quiet. Everything closes down at like 11 p.m. Restaurants and bars. There are tons of amazing restaurants and bars here. Things range from around, say, 100 pesos to 200 pesos, maybe even 300 pesos for like a really nice restaurant. On the cheaper end, you could get something for like 50 to 90 pesos if you're going to a local restaurant. I have been loving going to the markets here and getting my own food and cooking. There's an amazing market here, Mercado Zicatela, that has some awesome stuff. They have lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, lots of organic meats, eggs, an amazing bakery, and also just a lot of random different shops that you can go into. I love it there. As for gyms, there's a small gym, Zika's gym, that I go to that's like 480 pesos for the month, or there's other classes that pop up. The cool thing about here is there's so much community. There's so many people hosting different events, hosting different workshops. I was hosting a women's workshop here and got to know a lot of different people. If you're interested in doing mindfulness and energy healing and yoga, definitely take a look at my Mindflow Hub page, or you can work with me. I do one-on-ones, I do groups, all of the things. We can book a call together to see what will be best for you. But there's just so much going on here, so that's really cool. That's what I really like about it. And it's just, it seems super chill. It's just a smaller town. You can get around. How to get around? Transportation. You can rent a motorbike, or you can take colectivos. Colectivos are 12 pesos each way. You just pop on a truck and you zoom and you go to wherever you need to go. It's split up by Rinconada, a central area, and then the south is La Punta. It's like Zicatela and La Punta. Tamarindos is in the middle. So we have Centro, Rinconada, Zicatela, Tamarindos, La Punta, and that's basically it, really. You just go back and forth between the two. You can rent a motorbike here for probably around 4,000 pesos, which is quite expensive compared to Bali. But it is what it is, right? Apples to oranges. I think I was paying maybe $70 US in Bali. Prices have probably gone up now. It's getting crazy over there. But in Puerto Escondido, it's around, 4,000 pesos, which is like 222 US dollars. Sometimes even more, 5,000 pesos. So just depends. You can take the colectivos, those are super easy, or you can have a little scooter. And I've seen people on ATVs, like four-wheelers. So that's a possibility as well. So overall, it is a really great place to visit. It's an incredible place to stop. I've known people who have been here for months, and I've known people who have got here and been like, yep, 3 days is enough. So it really just depends. I've spent 2 months here, and it's been really nice to cocoon and hibernate and work on things and projects and be a part of the community. But you can also spend 2 days and be like, yep, I'm good. There is a really interesting activity that I have yet to do in Playa Bacocho. I think that's what it's called. And you can release turtles back in. Apparently there's like thousands of turtles, baby turtles, that come and you're rescuing them and then you're sending them off into the ocean and hopefully they make it out alive. Apparently only 2% make it. So hopefully your turtle can race into the ocean and make it. So that's a cool activity. I heard it's touristy. I have yet to do it, but I'm excited to go do it. And then another thing to note is that the streets here in La Punta are super cool. There's like an open mic night every Thursday. There's lots of stores, lots of high-end stores that you can buy bathing suits and dresses in. And then there's some more local stores that you can get some clothes at. And then there's just Moringa, my favorite little place to get healthy snacks and healthy food items. And then, yeah, there's just tons of cafes and lots of live music, lots of things going on. It can be bumping. So it is a cute little town. Really, really enjoy it here for sure. Some honorable mentions for food. I really want to put out these cafes. So Pepe's Tacos are some of my favorite tacos here. That's in the north in Rinconada. There's also Fish Shack, which is super good. They have some really great fish tacos, of course. Cocoa fried shrimp. So good. Ataraya has some great fish tacos. There's Olivo with great Italian food. Those are all a little bit more Western restaurants. Mundaka has great pizza. La Olita has great drinks. And also apparently some great fish tacos. Some other local spots. I mean, Pepe's is my favorite, but there's also just lots of local places to check out on your own and grab some great food. I just love the markets though. So that's my sense. That's my take. Okay, well, I hope this video showed you all the information that you need to come to Puerto Escondido. And if you have any other questions, definitely let me know. Comment below. Comment if you're coming. Comment if you have any questions. I'm here to help you. I love connecting with you. And be sure to check out more of my videos of where I'm traveling to next. So great to have you here, and I cannot wait to see you on my videos again soon. Much love to you. Bye!